so
I didn't see it either, so I cannot say
as
it.
an expert. I just hear about few scenes, and I think it's something worth to see.
I know that Apps World coming up to San Francisco, which is in Moscone Center West, February 5th and 6th. We have Photonics show coming up to Moscone, also in San Francisco next week. So it's quite a busy week. Then we have crowdfunding event at Draper University from 2 to 6 at Draper University as well. So that's something you have to be ready and sign for and ready to learn and meet all of the people. So it's quite a busy week for those who wants to cover it all, and especially for media, because we have to kind of learn ahead of the time usually, or with the flow. Yes.
I'm going to miss a few conferences in Bay Area and Silicon Valley because I'm going to Poland for
Is it because you miss your hometown?
No, because I will be covering the big conference about medical devices or technology in medical fields, and that's another area that is very interesting. And so I'm going to Poznań. Poznań is a city in Poland. For this international fair, so I will be happy to cover that here and say what's going on in that field in Poland.
So,
but the world is connected, just like our home, just like our cars, and just like our offices and devices.
Now, what would be interested, is it only Polish companies in medical devices, or it's international?
It's international. And actually is for the journalists from all over the world. Poland tried to be the place that kind of supporting a study tour for journalists to cover what's going on in the conferences in Poland. What is it's important for me, so I will miss few conferences in Silicon Valley, but I can bring some news from Europe.
That would be interesting because we're not going to Poland. We are busy here. Plus, I don't speak Polish language.
Oh, that's Polish English.
A lot of English.
Yeah.
Now,
in English.
Being an immigrant, I would like to know how do you feel away from home, and if you have any similar, with other immigrants issues, or maybe nostalgia. So do you have any of that, or hard work you have to do?
I think I have the Christopher Columbus spirit that I like to I'm being adventurous, I would say. So for me is it's like new land that I bring in my life a lot of excitement, a lot of pain too. There is no doubt about it, because learning and being in new language and being exposed to many situations in life that I'm not familiar with. It's pain and joy. So I would say that this is how I feel about immigration. But I find a very interesting place, and Silicon Valley, Bay Area is absolutely incredible place for technology. So covering that for the publications in Poland, writing about technology, there is no better place than being here.
Right, it's definitely keep you busy beyond your imagination.
Oh yes.
All right, so we're talking about Launch Festival. So what can you tell us about that? It has hackathon festival. Is it like Russian festival? No, right?
Right. No. So we've been talking about CES, which is you said the biggest event worldwide for consumer electronics, whereas Launch has been able to position itself as a place for like startups. Where Silicon Valley is the mecca of that, to show to the world what they're doing and how they're pushing the envelope. So I actually have been accepted to the hackathon. I was able to put together a team. One of the developers is coming all the way from Florida for that. So it's really a big deal right there. And then the festival is coming up right after the hackathon. So that's going to be exciting.
How many days you will have hackathon? Is it like overnight?
It's a weekend thing. Yeah.
Wait, is a hackathon like, do you have to stay up throughout the whole thing, or is it like sleeping time too?
Well, obviously, if you sleep, you put yourself at a competitive disadvantage because you have less time to code. So.
Oh, so.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to do stuff without sleeping. Okay,
Yeah,
this is like short timing.
Sleep is for the week.
Thank God for Red Bull.
And this one is the last 3 days, or like 54 hours. So
54 hours.
So yeah, it's recommended to sleep prior to the event.
Yes.
So you have plenty of sleep. You can come up with your idea because you have to present it. It's not just like you come up with the idea and say, "Oh, I have an idea." No, you have to make an application, software, and I don't know, hardware, appropriate hardware to run, because maybe it's mobile. Is it? Do they have any? Is it for mobile applications only, or it could be
so web and mobile is kind of merging these days. So it's before there was clear separation. Now you pretty much have to be cross-platform. So I got an email from a company called Famo.us. A friend of mine was part of the founding team, and they're doing a pre-launch. So they say that there's a time on Tuesday they're gonna make the tickets available, and then they expect to be sold out within minutes. They're gonna do a pre-launch. So those who are in that space, really well funded and have the time to focus and develop the next generation technology, they use this event for everything it's worth in terms of getting the media publicity that they can get.
But I think it's important to mention that all these developers, they are using the open source, and this is the beauty, that the company really give the tools to developers' hands so they can unleash their creativity and just develop wherever they want. There wasn't like that, a few years ago. And open source is like Wikipedia, that everyone can post it something. The same with hackathon. Am I right?
Yeah, no. So technology and software, it's getting so complicated now that even if you get the source code, you're gonna spend an eternity just trying to understand the code. So to open source something, it doesn't necessarily weaken your immediate competitive advantages. And there's so much going on at any given time that so what they can do is that they can for future releases close the source. So that's happening too. So where you have to, if you want to use the source code for something commercial, then you have to buy a license. So there's many ways of commercializing this.
Does the hackathon have a theme, or is there any specific types of products you're supposed to make, or is it just anything?
I would say it's anything that's web and mobile, you can do that. They might have some of them have a theme, but I don't think this one particular have a theme.
You just have winning decision or winning idea, winning team, and to get the prize. So what's the prize? Did they announce the prizes yet?
Oh, so there was a scandal recently with Salesforce announcing $1 million in first prize. But this one has kind of sticks to its traditions, and so I think the first prize is $100,000, and which for a startup should be plenty.
Yeah, $100,000 is still a giant amount.
Yeah. Well, how much did you make?
So I'm about $1 million short of $1 million.
All right.
Well, you just saw the new movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, right? Is that
Both,
correct? 3 million shy or something. This is the trailer of the movie.
Right.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet, but I want to see that. Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, exactly.
It's alright.
16, 17, what's the difference?
Yes. So we will be covering more next Saturday. If you come up with any ideas, I know Developer Week 2014 Hackathon, also supported by Rackspace, which will be on February 15 and 16. You can get free passes. Just let me know if you want to be part of that. That's Rackspace headquarters. And they will have open house as well during that time. So our programming in English coming to the end tonight, and we will have our American guests learning Russian after 7 o'clock. So stay with us for about 10 minutes. They have to learn something and remember it at least until next Saturday. But believe me, after Olga show teaches Russian, they would remember for the rest of their lives that Russian words they would like to know tonight. So stay with us. Olga show from you to you every Saturday night, and we are here every night.